Well, welcome back to another edition of 42nd Street, Pete's Grindhouse, the Summer Sleaze edition. And, well, we can pull another one out of the fire here today. A lot of people really like Andy Milligan. Well, there's no accounting for tastes. So let's go back to the Ghastley Ones from 1968, which was put on a double bill with the equally unwatchable Headless Eyes. I shouldn't say unwatchable because I don't have a copy of it. I don't remember it, but I do remember the Ghastley Ones. And it looks like the Ghastley Ones was, started as a sex film. And it's the basic, it opens up with this couple camping out on this island or something like that, and they are attacked by this guy, I think it's Hal Borsch or something, who basically rips the eye out of the guy and dismembers an obvious mannequin, and there's a lot of clay, guts and entrails strewed about. Then we get to the meat of the matter, that basically three couples have to go out to this island for the reading of a will, who's going to get what. And of course this is a setup murder by the numbers thing, because an unknown assassin is knocking off the male members of the cast one by one. The first guy gets caught in the basement and is basically tied up and cut in half with a ripsaw, and you see the clay mold and the animal guts fall out and shit like that. Pretty fucking disgusting. The other guy gets impaled through the throat with a pitchfork. One of the women disappears and winds up with her head on a serving platter. And it comes down to basically the two sisters that are left, and there's one really weird, the housekeeper is basically another sister or product of whatever, incest, rape, or whatever, who the fuck knows. But she's been the one who's been knocking them off by the numbers. And she actually ends up with a piece of meat cleaver or something through the head, which sprays blood all over the place. Honestly, the film is so amateurish that it isn't even funny, and the blood, and lack of blood, the blood is basically, it looks like fucking Hawaiian Punch. It pours under a door and things like that. Splatters all over the place. It's not the consistency of real blood. This was probably the first of Andy's, quote, horror films. Like I said, it started out to be a sex film, and there is some nudity in there, and there's some, what constitute maybe a rape scene or something like that. I don't know. But all I remember is any other Milligan film that I went to, like the double bill of The Bloodthirsty Butchers and Torture Dungeon, people were basically laughing their balls off because these things were poorly made. See, what the problem was, and I'm not down on Milligan as a filmmaker, I'm down on some of the stuff he did. It seems that his sexploitation stuff was a lot better. If you look at Fleshpot on 42nd Street, that's a really good film. If you look at Vapors, the gay film, that's a really good film, because the thing is, with the underbelly of Times Square, that's where Andy lived. That's where he had his strengths, shooting what he basically lived. Gutter trash, the filthy five, the depraved, the degenerates, those are all lost in time. And, as far as I know, they may be better movies, although Gutter Trash got a really bad review in Screw. But anyway, that seems to be where his strength lies. Andy was completely screwed over by everybody he did business with, especially the Milligans. But, he branched out. He went to Jerry Balsam with the Ghastley Ones and claimed he got fucked on that deal. He went to the Perinos, Bryanston Releasing with Blood, and obviously got fucked on that deal. So he always went running back to the Milligans, who basically gave him work and screwed him too. Although some people said the Milligans paid better than others, I don't know. But anyway, like I said, I think I did in the previous video, the sex gore netherworld of Andy Milligan by Jimmy McDonough is definitely a good read, so to check that out. So that's our show for today. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.